The worst type now the Nigerian woman living abroad. She inherits some of the Nigerian greed, meaning she wants a monthly salary. But she has reached abroad and seen men like you that can be domesticated and be useful. So she has the best of both worlds. She has the she has a man that runs all the errands and still puts her on a salary.
Daddy Freeze, I think I disagree to an extent too.
Oh yeah, make I hear you. Make I hear you. Make I hear you.
I disagree to an extent because I think I've traveled far and wide, and I can judge. First of all, I think upbringing is also a factor. A lot of people over there, you know, they don't feel like you know, they owe it to anybody to do those things. But I think upbringing is a factor generally, and also for the fact that Western world have made a lot of people lazy. You have dishwasher abroad, you have a vacuum cleaner, you have this other one that they call robot that just you on it and cleans everything. You know, a whole lot of stuff is also a factor. I have a sister of mine who you know, the guy was here and they relocated abroad because he won't get passport. Okay, of course, an average African man, you won't wake up in the morning and tell him in Nigeria, go through a dustbin. You won't do that. Or tell him, go and cook. You will not do that. But abroad there, you know, you wake up in the morning and you see somebody telling a full-blown man and say, oh, go and get. There's nothing wrong in getting rid of the trash. I think it's the way they even put it. Like, you know, making the person feel like you are a slave because you want to get a passport or you want to get I don't know, a greener pasture. Because for me, I think the land is never green on the other side. You can actually live here and live like a king if you want. Then, you know, you have the other factors of people assuming that once you don't be abroad, you know, the man should be a slave because the Western world, you know, respects the woman. They feel the woman has the upper hand. And I don't think that works because, first of all, as a black person and as an African, you have history as a human being. Then you now want to copy the white person. Doesn't make sense. You now travel with a man who lives here, maybe has his own business and everything. Now, because he's living abroad, you want to now turn him to a slave. Doesn't work like that. Me, I feel that is the system that has, you know, spoiled a lot of people over there. Because people who have discipline, who have right upbringing and have, you know, right mindset will not, you know, turn a man into a slave. Yes, the man can actually help the woman. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, even in Nigeria here, we have men who, because they know the woman does almost 99.9% of the whole work in the house, running the house, carrying children, doing this, doing that. A sane man will want to help even before you telling the person to help. And a sane man would actually put his wife on allowance or his girlfriend or whatever on a monthly allowance because, trust me, if they give you a whole house to run as a man, you cannot do it. Let's be true to ourselves. You can't do it. Maybe cleaning house, cooking, running around for laundry, going to pick up children, going to the grocery. You won't be able to do it as a man. It's not possible. But women are generally built to multitask. That's why it's easier for us to do it. But then again, the people over there feel it's work. For me, it's not work. Because if I have a house that's my home and I have a man I love, I should be able to do these things with joy. I shouldn't expect him. Yes, he can help. Or we can actually maybe talk about it before even getting into a relationship and say, okay, we'll be doing it half and half. I'll be doing this, you'll be doing this. You can actually talk about it. So when you now go into it, it's not a problem. But I think these things, a lot of people just, it's an oversight. Maybe, okay, there's an American passport waiting for me on the other side, or European passport. Then you go enter one chance. Then when you get there, you don't have a choice because you are stuck. If you are there and the only way for you is to get passport, of course you want to do everything the woman is saying. But a man will get in right balls that are intact. You know, you will put his feet on the ground and say, hey, let's do this way, let's do this way. It's either you take it or you leave it. My friend who went there and the girl begin to control her up and down, they don't come back Nigeria because he tell her who I say, girl, I know go feel the carry dustbin go through you. I know they do it for Nigeria. So if not the passport, I know one passport again. Make we come back. And they came back.
find
Yes,
another.
they came back when they were ready for passport matter. Now he has the passport, but at that point he told the lady, "Look, forget it. Oh, most I'm from a royal family. You are not coming to tell me to go and throw dustbin." Maybe it's the way she's even telling him, because there are ways you even talk to a man, he will not do it.
Abroad, after 6 months, they become like Beyonce. Because let me tell you something at your neighbor. You will. Let me tell you, your neighbor na Oyinbo. She married Oyinbo. Oyinbo no get royal family. The only Oyinbo will get royal family. You know, say Nigeria, everybody na from royal family. Just look, the average Nigerian man na from royal family. Royal family put side. Now, somebody for Nigeria. But abroad, unless you be Harry or William, you know, come from royal family. So, everybody abroad, I an uncle growing up in Romania who was a millionaire. A millionaire was even called Romanism. The whole millionaire went high. And yet millionaire actually declare that the state has to, or in community where everybody owns everything is equal. And government they go come for radio and say Susan Peter billionaire. Ooh. Uncle, that my adult house. Enter mute.
I can't hear you clearly.
I think you're
all have to tell you what happened.
Oh.
Mute your mic. Bro, mute your mic. What happens is IG, can you guys hear me now? What happens on IG is, as I'm talking, IG tries to share the mic. So if there's a sound like paper rustling, IG will come out my mic, give you, thinking you want to talk. Is it better now? You can all hear me. Good. So let me finish this story and then bring you guys back. So I had an uncle in Romania during the communist era when everybody owned everything. There was nobody richer than anybody else. So my uncle was one of the 4 or 5 millionaires in the whole country. For you to be a millionaire in a communist country, the government has to declare you a millionaire. So this, my uncle was declared millionaire, like 2 years before we went to Romania that period. So everybody knew he was a millionaire. Now, so we go in house. So I was expecting to meet this millionaire uncle where I get. Now, so I go their kitchen. But about wear cloth, they cut carrots with a wife. This now a whole million. It was a culture shock for me. I'd never seen my father in the kitchen before. My father not be millionaire. This guy was a millionaire and he was chopping carrots for his wife. They cook. And the wife go tell her, say, give me this thing, and he go carry and go give her money. I look at him like this. I don't even believe him. One of only 3 or 4 or 5 millionaires in the whole country. See, as they reduce him to the chop, they chop the peas, and the peas, then when he chop the peas finish, he get the way Romania they make mayo. You see, Romania know they chop. When we did Romania, we know they chop. That mayo where they inside big bottle. What's be the name? We know they chop palm for Romania. Romania, you go make your mayo yourself. Make I tell you how they make mayo. You will remove yolk of egg like 4. You come begin they drop olive oil. You go turn the yolk like this, then you go drop 1 drop of olive oil. Then you go turn, you go drop another 1 drop. You go drop the oil 1 drop. So you fit sit down for one place for 4 hours, make mayo. Hey, Bama. No, Romanian mayo. Now you go make your mayo yourself. Baba, I see millionaire begin to make mayo. After he chop onion, chop pepper. As the wife, they give her the pepper, they chop. They follow and talk, they gist, they chop pepper, chop pepper, chop pepper, chop pepper. And when he chop the pepper finish, give him wife will give him peas. He go chop the peas, chop, 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 chop. Give the wife the peas. When he chop the peas finish, he begin chop another thing. Before you know it, the wife come give her 4 eggs. Now some about begin they beat egg, put 1 drop of oil, put another 1 drop of oil. But so I look the guy for like 3 hours. The guy make the whole mayo when we chop that day. I say, So the problem we did there, we say, once you reach that abroad, you will see the way the women there treat the men. That is why I said something here. In Nigeria, your wife no go give you mayo to make. Abroad, you go make mayo tire. But you see, in Nigeria, you buy respect. When you see a woman that is respecting her man, just know that the man is paying bills. And he's paying her bills. My husband, how are you? Some women go call their husband bros, even though they be the same age, simply because if they pay bills. They get problem for family. My mother needs this, give her. My younger cousin needs this, give her. My younger brother is in school. They say you should bring this, give her. You don't turn bros. You go collect respect. But you see, when you now go abroad, it's not like that. The abroad woman does not need you to pay her mother's bills or her uncle's bills or her... No. She just needs you to be a man in the house, which includes making mayo and chopping onion. But the worst one can be when Nigerian woman go abroad. She still want to retain that money where she dey collect for your hand for Nigeria. And then she still want to make you come cut peas, make mayo. So I believe that Nigerian men abroad, according to the story this guy shared, are shortchanged because they don't get the respect and value they get from the women at home who they are dashing money. While they don't also get the lack of dashing money to those they are cutting carrots for. So they are suffering by cutting carrots and suffering on the other side too by giving money. And at the end of the day, they are not getting value. Now, so the guy talk, how will I view Samaria Bob, all of them, I hand over back to you. You can unmute your mic.
Daddy, please let me say something. There are different scenarios. Like there's a scenario of a man who has something doing here, and then you want to relocate abroad because you want to get passport. Now, the man has his entire friends, family here. You live abroad before. Now you get farm base for that side. Now you want to take this man abroad because you want him to get passport. No problem. Now you get in there, you know, say, as a black person, if you like, make you get PhD or anything, when you reach there, you go start from ground zero. Now you want the guy to now start funding your lifestyle that he cannot afford because he's not doing anything. Of course, now you go pay bill now. You will be woman where can and go there. Now you go suffer the bill for the period until maybe when he's able to be on his feet. That one aside. Then there are the ones that have this mentality of they want to marry a girl and then make her to go to nursing school because they feel now nursing career now they make money abroad. Fine, you carry the girl from here, local girl, you carry her abroad. You put her for nursing school. She don't come finish nursing school and they earn money. Now you want to now start remoting the girl's life. Of course, you will, at some point, she don't already get what she wants. She will not want to listen to you again, which is most 99.9% of most of the problems abroad. You see a man shooting himself, shooting the wife, shooting the children, and the story is he brought her abroad. He paid her school fees. She went to school. So because of that, she turned slave. Instead of you to marry for there, because me, I feel the men there should marry the women there. Instead of coming here to come and carry women and take them there, because once the ones where they go there, they go their eye they tear past the ones where they there. So I feel make them there, marry the ones where they there, and continue there like that. Because when you carry somebody who never travel before, you carry the person go abroad, the person go there, go mingle with people where they there. You go do what's past the people where they there. And it's always Africans. All the news I've been hearing is always African, black person, African, this, black, that. It's always been us. Why? So the man is right for saying avoid abroad women. Yes, that is true. But how many people there? So, yes, we have domestic violence here in Nigeria. We hear it all the time. But how many times you don't hear say a woman chases the husband out of his own house? How many times you don't hear that for here? You hardly even hear it here. You hardly hear it here. But abroad, you hear a man's house, person buy his own house, suffer, don't do everything, carry you come abroad because you have now become a nurse or something. And then because maybe you people have one small quarrel, you have called police, you have thrown him out of his house. How does that work? It doesn't sound even good to the ears. It doesn't.
So that Freeze, you made a point. You said something earlier that Nigerian men like to buy respect, right? So that's the problem. That's exactly what I was telling you. Nigerian men think that money buys respect, but money doesn't make you a man. What makes you a man is from within. So that's what Nigerian men fail to realize when they come to a country like United States or United Kingdom. They think that their money is what's going to buy them the respect from women, but that's not true. Yes. I have friends. I know a lot of Nigerians here. They think that because they got a new Mercedes Benz, or they bought a girl a drink at the club, so they're entitled to the woman's respect and attention and all that. But it doesn't happen that way. Nigerian men do not vet women that they deal with. That's the fundamental problem that I see. They do not vet women. So they think that their money is going to get them the respect. They do things for these women, thinking that the more they do, the more the women they respect, the more the women respect them. But it doesn't. It usually 9 times out of 10 does not happen that way. Rather, they just set themselves up to get used. Yes, if you're a man in this country and you lead with your wallet, you are setting yourself up to be used. Like I'm saying, a lion is a lion wherever you take it to. It's a lion in India, it's a lion in the United States, it's a lion in Nigeria. A lion is a lion. So a man is a man everywhere he goes. But most men do not know the fundamentals of being a man. Yes. Okay. I'm going to say this again. Nigerian men do not vet women. They just let women, because they want chop bikus and all those kind of things. They know they too see woman. Their body go they sweet them when they see woman. Everything with the woman talk, then they go to do. Then eventually, when una go come enter relationship after 1 week or 2 weeks, the woman go come to control you. Woman will not really like you, but you don't enter relationship with her. She will come to misbehave, and maybe the day where you do something, or the day where you cut onions now, she go call police for you. You know, say avoid abroad women. Whereas you should have done the work from the beginning.
I don't think it's about vetting, because human beings in general, you don't, if you like, stay with the person for 20 years, you don't get to know a human being completely. That's the truth. Because there are certain scenarios that will make.
But you can vet. You can vet.
You can vet.
Yes,
to
I
an
agree.
extent.
I agree.
You can to an extent. To an extent, you cannot. Because no matter no matter how you see him, a person does not really show completely 100% their character, no matter how you do it. Then when it gets to one situation, the person will not show you. The person will not show you one character. Then you are now wondering, well, I've been with this person for this long.
I disagree.
Hold on. I want to bring in new people. I'm going to keep Susan because Susan is a celeb, so I'm going to keep her. The lady has not spoken anything, Nurse Ijoma. My dear brother, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your comments and contributions, and I've taken some notes down. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
So before we go any further, please, even before you talk of No Nation, that's the gentleman. Thank you so much. Please mute your mic. Very important. I want to make it very important. See, they are awake for this time. I know if you go Facebook, go buy star. Those of you watching on TikTok, I love you, my TikTok family. Please send gifts on TikTok. Send gifts to you on TikTok. Bless uh, Green by Greeny by me. Cards on TikTok or Greeny by big shout out celebrity, big shout out to you. Now come to Facebook. Let me show you how to buy stars. This is how easy it is. Go to Facebook. See, go to your Facebook account. Search for Daddy Freeze. DADDYFREEZE. That is what it looks like. 811,000 followers. That's my page. Scroll down, you will see today's video. That's the video right there. Click on the video. Scroll down, you will see the stars icon. Click on the stars icon and buy stars. That is exactly how you do it. Scroll down, buy stars. Somebody just sent me some stars. Let me make some noise. Favor Gomez, thank you so much. Marion Now and Raphael Okeke. Raphael Okeke, thank you so much, guys. Now I'm looking for somebody to give me 1,000 stars, make I hail them. 1,000 stars, make I hail them. After that, I'm looking for someone who will give me 5,000 stars. All of you, when they gather here, they watch, they enjoy. Oya, come and buy stars, make I hail you. Okay? So, let me quickly say something. Sorry, let me allow Nurse Ijoma to say something. Please, I beg you, come and buy stars. Now. While Nurse Ijoma is talking. Because Ijoma and Nurse, she won't tell us her own story. Oh yeah, come and buy stars. Hey, somebody don't buy stars. Desmond Chibuzo. Nobody don't buy 1,000 yet. And they look for the person who will buy 1,000 stars. Make I heal them. All right.
Okay. Hello, guys. Thank you, Daddy Freeze, for letting me out here. I mean, I've never been let on your live before. I've tried so many times, but anyways. Mrs. Susan, you were very right. A lot of the things you said, I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. I need
okay.
To Dalo Ebu Homa has bought 1,000 stars. Everybody hail Dalo. I want you people to type Dalo 10. Dalo. You don't buy 1,000 stars and you look for who go buy 5,000 stars. Now be the next level. Dalo na number one now. Make una hail am Dalo. Dalo. We hello Baba. Dalo. I go to hail you. Before you get anything, I go hail you. Until person buy 5,000 now. All right, over to you.
Okay. So everything from both sides, I think everyone has their own opinion, right? And it's important to be exposed to both sides. But I think the most important thing is it's a self-decision to be a good person, okay? To be a good woman, since we're in the case of being a woman here. And so, and again, self-respect, coming into common ground. And another important thing is the opportunity we have here in America or anywhere outside Nigeria in general, has given a lot of women the room to be independent, okay? And believe this or not, a lot of men find independent women as a threat. And because of that, men will say things like, oh, fear them because they feel like they cannot control. They feel like these women are educated enough. They know their right. They know their ground. So when there's a little disagreement, they see that as a threat and they see that as disrespect. I say as a man, it doesn't take anything for you to sit down with your husband and say, hey, chores. And like she was saying, America, the word, it's easy here. You can literally pay somebody to clean your house. You can literally pay someone to clean your house. You can pay someone to do your dishes and do house chores. What I'm trying to say is that should not be the major factor in a relationship. A lot of people fight over these things, but they're not supposed to, okay? Submission. I feel like a woman being submissive there's a difference between being submissive and not having a choice. And that's what a lot of men don't understand. When a woman wants to be submissive, that's not because she cannot pay her bills. That's not because she cannot buy herself clothes or buy herself stuff. She's doing that because she feels like she wants to respect the man and give him room to be the man. Okay. like me, let me talk for myself. I don't need a man to pay my bills. I don't need my husband to give me salary every month or every week. But if he gives me, that's good. But when that becomes the major factor in the relationship, that becomes a problem, because what happens when he cannot provide for that? What happens when he cannot give me that weekly salary? Then we'll fight about that. So I think it's just the idea of men fearing women, that they see it to be powerful, to be educated. And I think our parents play a huge factor in this as well, because a lot of parents bring these women in Nigeria to see that, oh, they have to clean for their husband, they have to wash for their husband. A lot of women bring up their kids, and their kids don't even know how to boil water or boil eggs. So when they are faced in a situation where they have to do that as a support to the family, they see that as slavery, or they see that as oh, she's taking advantage of me. It's just common chores, for Christ's sake. Like, you guys can split chores. You guys can even split bills to make life easy for each other. I think, two heads are better than one. If your husband is going to take care of the rent, say, okay, I'm going to take care of the bills. I'm going to take care of the utilities. So it makes life easy. Help me pick up the kids from the daycare. Let me go do this. Help me do that. Let me do this. That's why you're married. It's to make life easy. So I don't understand why a lot of people see that as a problem when the man is asked to do some certain chores. That's just my personal opinion. Of course, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So that's what I'm saying.
Let me correct you on some factors. That the freeze, can I?
Before you,
can
I need commerce on the buy market too. Make I hail them. Cornerstone, I hail you. Cornerstone send 1,200 stars. Cindy Okochi Ejimbe, another 1,200 stars. Dalo, more people don't come out today. Big shout out to Cornerstone, they lead now, and Cindy Okochi Ejimba. Since when I don't buy 1,000 stars, I look for one person who will buy 5,000 stars. Make I just the healer. I did the mood to hail today. I'll be like Fuji musician now. If you buy star, I go dance for you, I go sing for you, I go hail you. About a walk with the do, make you not laugh too much. Big shout out to TikTok people. Send your gifts on TikTok. Share the video. Follow me. Over to Susan. Susan wants to talk now. Sharing.
Okay. So, my darling nurse, Ifoma, right? Is it Joma?
Joma.
Okay. Yeah, you stated some facts, but I also still disagree with some of the facts. Like the factors I am still insisting on. If a man is carrying a woman from another, migrating her from a place to another place, you got to carry the bill. You not concern us how you want to do it. Because the person gets in life for here. You decide, say, you want to carry and go abroad because you have to find passport or you have to find greener pasture. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. The same thing if it's the woman carrying the man there, and the man already has his life here, and you're carrying him to a place where he does not know anybody there, he doesn't have a means of working, and you want to go and enslave the person all in the name of the one passport. You got to carry the bill up until when he's able to carry himself. But that doesn't mean because you are carrying the bill, you turn the person to slave. Because the person is carrying you are paying the person's bill, you now want to turn the person to slave. That doesn't work, my dear. Because you had a choice for you to either remain in your father's land or follow the person to wherever the person is going. So if you're carrying the person there, vice versa, whether a man or woman will get the upper hand, you go carry the cross until when that person is, up and about. Okay. That one aside. The one that they will carry a girl from here or a man from here, carry you abroad, sort you out. You have now become an independent person on your own, and you now feel that, oh, because you are now independent, you are not grateful to the person who carried you. Me, I don't like that. That's been very. Okay, can I say something? Wait. Let me finish. Okay. That's been very ungrateful. Then, because you have the Western law favors the woman, you now feel that, oh, he has done one small thing, or maybe his family member comes or something, or you will have one very small irrelevant quarrel. You have carried phone. You have called police. You have called police to throw him out of the house that he brought you in. Even though maybe yes, you people are married, the house is now for both of you. You are not throwing a man. We don't have that in our culture. Let's just say facts. It is not in a Nigerian culture or African culture that you have a problem with a man, you throw him out of the house. Does that solve the problem?
Okay, can I answer
If
your
our culture is that
question?
good, why
I'm
don't
sorry,
you just
can
stay
I
in
answer your question? Okay.
Oh,
Remember
sorry.
before,
Yeah,
when we started
go
this, right, the first thing I said is being a good person is a personal decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a personal decision when you know that this man helped me out. It's a personal decision that I'm gonna support him and not tomorrow turn my back on him and say, well, I've made well of myself so I can do whatever. Let's blame the system. The system made it bad here that it gives these women, it gives these women, certain women, not all women though, it gives some certain women the opportunity to take advantage of their husband because they feel like the system is giving them that power. Okay. Now back to bringing somebody from there and supporting them financially. This is where communication comes in. Before you carry somebody all the way from Nigeria, bros, you should have communicated with that woman and say, listen, the way it is right now, you should have known yourself that, hey, things will be hard. Because it's not just
tell them everything complete. Oh. I know plenty stories.
It's not just you. That's what you should know. Before you even have anything to do with somebody, you need to know who you're dealing with. You need to know their intellectual level before you even start anything. So I will blame it on those people. You should know the person you're dealing with. And like you said earlier, like you don't really know somebody fully. That's true. But I believe it or not, there's a way someone will talk. There's a way someone will behave, and you can kind of make some certain assessment about them. Okay? So that's why it's important you start to talk about these things before you even bring up the idea to them that you want to bring them out of that situation that they are and give them a better situation. So it all boils down to communication. It all boils down to self-value. It all boils down to you yourself as the man. What do you have here when you're doing that? Are you doing it here that, okay, well, because believe it or not, some men be like, oh, women there in Nigeria, they are naive, so I can bring them here and do whatever. And then when they come here, they become very, very educated. They become very, very informed and aware. And because of that, they change. And this men, because that's not what they have initially, they see that as a problem. Because initially your whole idea of bringing that person here was to make them that thing, but when they got here, it didn't work for you, so it becomes a disappointment. It becomes a bad investment. So you need to know what you're signing up for before you even start.
No, some of them have ulterior motive. Some of them
have
motive of taking their spouses over there. That's different. That's why I'm telling you that each scenarios are different. Some of them have ulterior motive of wanting to maybe use the other person. Okay, my friend has a nurse wife. Let me marry somebody and bring her over and make her a nurse. And then maybe after making her a nurse, you now want to start collecting her money. That's different. We've had that scenarios before.
Yes.
That's different.
Yes.
Same thing applicable to the man. A woman brings him over and then she has ulterior motive. That's also different. That's what I'm saying, that a human being, you can't completely know a human being even if you are living with the person under one roof. There is something that will happen out of the blue one day that you yourself, you ask yourself, I've been living with this person for years and this happened. How is it? You have to want to, it's a mindset thing. That's what I'm trying to make you understand.
Yeah,
and
no matter where you're coming from.
Even though you're saying that, yes, it has to do with an individual and a person's mindset to be disciplined and to be good by upbringing. Still, there's that factor of something happening. Maybe that person never ever see that thing happen before, and the thing happens, and the thing just makes the person switch. It happens.
Cultural shock. Cultural shock can be one of them.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yes. At the beginning.
Yeah, it could be one of them.
My point.
Right. So, sorry. I think a lot of people might actually not like me, but I'm leaning towards the opinion of the nurse over here. First of all, one thing we have to understand is that I'm Nigerian, and I can only speak for Nigeria or the whole of Africa as a continent. In Nigeria, women don't have rights. Okay, let's put that. It's factual, it's legal, it's psychological, it's physical, whatever. Women don't have rights. Now, what happens when someone who doesn't have rights come to a place where they have their rights? There's always a restriction. And the other thing you have to also look at is like in the UK, for example, I'll use UK because I know you are from America. I don't know that much about America. In the UK, for example, we have to understand that there is a very I won't say very, there is a significant percentage of Nigerian women that are married to white, Asian, other ethnicity, and they don't have this problem that Nigerian women are having with African women. So what are these people doing right? Are we saying that, let me finish please, are we saying that all these Asians, Pakistani, white, they are all domesticated at the same time, like they went to the same convention and they domesticate them, and that's the reason why they don't have this problem? No, it's true. We need to be logical. See, one thing, like I went to school here. I went to high school, college, and university here. So I have friends who we grew up together. I have friends who came to do their PhD and went back. I have friends who, you know, came at a later stage in life in the UK. One thing you understand is this. I will use my story personally. My father is a psychiatrist. My mom is a nurse in Nigeria. Nigeria system allows women to cook if she want to, if they like cooking. I can give my own story, for example. My dad will go to work in Nigeria, and by 12 o'clock, he's finished in the afternoon. He will come home. We have a hospital. We go to the hospital, then come home. Mom goes to the hospital. She's work as a nurse. By 10, 11, she's finished. She's logged off. She come to our shop. She go home and cook for us. In England, they don't born you well to do that. Because the moment you're locking in, I mean, first of all, if you're a nurse that you're walking out of the hospital because you want to go cook for your husband, that's negligence. You know, because you have a duty of care. We have a law on that. So are you going to tell a woman that has done 10-hour shift and then, and you know, it's true, because we have to be, you know, there's some, you know, it's very lazy and kind of biopic for us to just look at it like, oh, yeah, Nigerian women cook for us in Nigeria, but in abroad, when they come back, they don't do. Let me finish, please, madam. So how can you tell a woman or even a man that has done a 10-hour shift and then come home? Because when my parents, I will tell you something, when we were talking about this, when we moved over, there's two things that changed. My father being angry in Nigeria and him being kind of like more chilled here and abroad. Because in Nigeria, it's like, oh, they finish work, mom comes home, cook, everybody eats us food. We move abroad, all of a sudden he has to go because the psychiatrist is like always on the call. Mom is doing 10-hour shifts. So what happens is she will cook on a Sunday, put it in the freezer. Dad comes home, take the food out, even us, take the food out, and we microwave it. You have to adjust. That's the system they use here. Are we gonna go write a petition to the Queen or to the Prime Minister and say, oh, we Nigerians here will change the law, let it be more favorable? No, you know, because we live in a different system. You need to add. It's like if I come to DF house now, if in my house now, if I like to like throw things about and I'm staying at Daddy Free's house for like a week, I have to abide by the rules of Daddy Free's house. That's just the way, that's the norms and how things goes in life. You can't bend it, you can't change it. That's how things happen in life. Okay? If we think our culture is that superior,
my brother, you're lying to yourself. Let me just tell you now. Because wait,
I'm lying to myself.
Let me
sorry,
wait, you are talking about our people being married to white people. Let me tell you now. I've experienced a family in Denmark. This guy married a Danish woman. This guy wakes up in the morning, he cleans everywhere, pets the children, cook food, do everything. This woman doesn't do anything. In fact, she doesn't even know how to cook, but he's married to her. So change the story now. Let it be a Nigerian woman that cannot cook. They would have, family people would have even said, she doesn't know how to cook. That would be another story for another day. That's another story for another. Wait, this man does not complain. He does everything. This same person came to Nigeria. You needed to see how he's behaving. So this is what I'm telling you. This is what you're saying. You're not saying the truth, Oga. You are not being biased.
Okay.
You are not saying
the truth.
Because the same men who marry white women.
Emotional. Can I respond?
The same men who marry white women over there will treat them like kings and queens. But because the woman is black skinned, you don't have respect for her. That's why I'm telling you that it is about scenarios. Everyone gets his own. Everybody gets in cross to carry. You get people who go marry black woman and go respect her because he has an upbringing, which is what Ijoma is saying. Your upbringing determines whether you be a king or a queen, or whether you treat your fellow Nigerian the same way you are treating yourself. If you are talking about people about human behavior, why people they carry house help? Because the house help people carry is also dehumanization. Because when you carry a house help is the one who cleans your house, who does this, who does that. If the person do something, you shout at the person, do this. But
also in Europe or in Africa. I mean, I don't know about America.
You are saying that the man doesn't. My father was in the Air Force. May he so rest in peace. My dad is the most neatest person in the Air Force. My dad cleans. My dad is African. My mom is African. My mom no go school. Where they marry him. If I had a picture, then take marry my mama. My papa they clean. If he clean today, if he eat inside in toilets, he didn't distinguish between. Oh, okay, I married you. This. If I had a picture, they take come marry the woman. Say, see your husband. Bundle her to Lagos and paid her bride price. My dad used to help her. He didn't wait for the woman to tell him to do the work. So it is about behavioral patterns. It's not about whether the person is this and this. No, okay, and I still disagree with you. Every scenario.
All right, can I respond? Listen. This is a discussion. Yes. We don't have to see the world the same.
Every scenario
like, this one thing
has its own. So
yeah,
these are not equal. That's what I want you to understand.
I've allowed you to talk for 20 minutes. If you let me talk, like we don't need to see the world the same way. Like, one thing you have to understand.
Before you talk, I need to hail my customers.
Okay. Go ahead.
The big buyers, Cornerstone 1,200. Cindy Okochi, make you help me hail them. Cornerstone. Dallo. Desmond Chibuz, Nedum Igbos, and Onyeto Ebubedike, also Agnes Bright Favor Gomez, Raphael Okeke, and Marion E. Now. But big shout out to the top spenders, 1,000 and above: Cornerstone, Cindy Okochi Ejimbe, and Dallo Woma. Now, I look for one person who go buy 5,000 stars. Come on,
5,000. That's the challenge. That's the target.
YouTube. Don't worry. On YouTube and Facebook, you're still gonna see the video. Just that you're hearing the audio now. Make no vex. I cannot live stream across the channels at the same time. TikTok, I'm so sorry, guys. There's no way to save videos on TikTok for now, so you will not be able to see the video. But still, I love you all. Share the video on TikTok. Let other people hear. Lovely perspective. I'm enjoying the debate. Everybody's making sense, and I'm learning a lot. And you should too. And if you have a contribution, raise your hand, send me a request. I can see if I can bring you into the live. So once again, this is how to get stars. Make Daddy Freeze hail you. Make Daddy Freeze appreciate you. You know easy. See, log into your Facebook account. Top.
Daddy Freeze selling market.
And search for Daddy Freeze. This is what the page looks like. 811,000 followers. That's the only way. All of you people have badges. Me, I don't have. I don't try. I don't tire. So this is the way you go about it. You want to get me badges on Instagram, you can only get it via Facebook. Go to Facebook, scroll down to today's video. That's the video there. Click on it. Scroll down, bottom left-hand corner, at the bottom, you will see the star sign there. Can you see? That's the star there. Just click on the star sign, and it will pop up, and you can see how.
Everybody, 10,000.
So, 1,000 till next. 5,000 stars. I'm looking for who can do it. Let's do it. Let's make some noise for them. Big shout out, by the way, to
what is it?
Suzanne. No, let them let them buy my market too. Market deal.
I can't remember.
I want to hear you.
Okay.
Right. So What? Sorry,
Okay, okay.
please. I just want to say something she said, because she did address me with the point she raised. So you, if I got it wrong, please apologies, correct me. You gave an example of a Danish guy or a Nigerian guy that married a Danish woman, and the woman doesn't do anything. Am I right in saying that? Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's flip the coin, because it's very easy to put the mirror on other people. Let's project it on ourselves. I'm a black guy, African. I'm married to a Russian woman. I've never been in my kitchen in my life. My wife cooks. In my life, I've never been. So am I domesticating my wife, or am I doing Django?
It's your personal opinion now. I mean, it's
no,
it's your personal opinion.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Please, let me finish. Then I'll listen to you. Please,
it's like you're not understanding.
Please,
no,
please.
You're not understanding me.
Now I get to tell you like almost.
You're not understanding me.
I understand you, but let me finish. I still got a point.
Okay.
Please.
Your own house. Now the way where you take one run now you they run now. Make us speak pidgin so I go enter where. Now the way where you like to run now, now you they run now, and it's sweet. And it's
I just
sweet for you like that. Because
I 1 million.
Because ordinarily,
I will.
Wait, let me
this
finish.
Is why you let me finish.
Let me finish. Then if you feel that your wife is doing everything and you the man, she has not asked you to do something, what's wrong with you helping? Is there anything wrong with you helping her? Must you wait for her to tell you to do something first?
No,
Again, you are twisting my word now.
Let him make his point.
I haven't made my point. You just I just told you.
Let him make his point.
Yeah, you gave us an example. You gave us an example, and I mirrored the same example on myself. But let me finish. So here's the other thing that you have to understand. I can guarantee you, like the example of, because I live in Europe. I've spent almost 35 years here. When I was in uni or going to college, there are two classes of white people or British people. Let me say it in a political correct way. There's two sets of white girls. There are ones that will go to clubbing. They will look good. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to do anything, house chores. I mean, a lot of them, I've dated some of them in my past. A lot of them, they eat only bread and beans, or maybe they go to Nando's or whatever, or take out. That's how they go by their day-to-day life. Now, these are the kind of people our men loves most, because they are the ones that will wear the bodycon, with a nice figure and everything, And there are some girls that knows how to cook, but they don't go out. So the chance of you meeting them is even very smaller, because everything is about probability in life. So I can guarantee you, if you ask this your Danish brother, well, because person where you date, even me, I will speak broken now. Person where you date, where Novia come your house, not like you just the hook up or date according to you. When she came to his house or he came to her house, who cook for each other? Did they not even try to cook for each other or something? Right. So it was blinded all through the dating scenario. And then all of a sudden he got married. He became a houseboy. And it's like, oh my God, everybody help me. Oh, my life. No, we have to put things in context. Just like there's different kind of men, there's different kind of women. There are some women that they don't like cooking. I can cook. I don't like cooking. I don't enjoy it. It's not like a pleasure for me. I don't like doing it at all. There's other things that I like. So you have to because I think the lazy approach we always do is like people will tell us a story and then we will just run away with the headline, because we have to ask questions. Right. When these guys were dating this woman, did you guys all cook for each other? If you were okay with it at the time, right. So what change now? Why are you complaining about it all of a sudden now? Because these are the questions you need to ask. And there's a lot. If you have any, I know there's people who live in the UK, they will tell you, if you go clubbing, you will see English girls that some of them, most of them, majority of them, they are not really into cooking. Their thing is go out, walk, they eat out with their friends, and then you want to marry that kind of person, that you like home cooked food. It's not going to make sense.
Wait, this is what we're talking about now. Are there people who already have passports, or immigrants that left their country
no.
looking for passports? No. Let me ask you.
No,
I'm asking him now. Wait. Wait.
No.
I'm asking you.
She's asking me.
Is it someone who is seeking asylum, who is looking for passports, or somebody who has what he's doing? I want to ask you that question.
Auntie, that question.
It is relevant.
Because Imagine.
Let me tell you now, because that person we are talking about. Wait, listen.
You ask
that person I'm talking
Let me
about was looking for passports. So in that case, whatever shit the woman gives you, no.
So his options are limited.
How is it limited when he's the one looking for passport? He's looking for passport, so he has to tolerate the shit that the woman will give him or the man will give him.
Please,
I have a girl who was married to.
Looking for a passport is not a rationale to stand a situation that is not.
No,
healthy.
some people tolerate all the.
No.
Some people tolerate all the BS.
That's why you took my word out of my
So
mouth.
you can always.
People still tolerate all the BS. I have somebody who was married. Wait, maybe I'm talking of a British now. He's talking of a British. I have someone.
He chose to tolerate it. There's a difference between them.
Exactly. So
Thank you very much. You took my word out of my mouth.
So these are the scenarios we're still talking about. These are the same scenarios we're still talking about.
Let me add to one other thing, like you were saying. I think before you start to talk about marrying somebody, you date the person, right? And when you date people, what's the whole essence? I think people forget the reason why you date. You date to know your person. There's no way you will tell me that for 1 year or 6 months or whatever year you've dated this woman, you did not know that she couldn't cook, she couldn't clean, you did not know this lady, and you went ahead and proceed with marriage.
You see, I'm not in Nollywood for nothing. No. You see, most of the stories we act, they are real life stories. Are you hearing me? They are real life stories. People actually call us and tell us their story. So if I'm telling you, believe it. Some people go through these things because of what they want to get. Some people are already dead, already have what they want. So they can be able to decide and say, I will not tolerate this.
But this is not the case for everybody, though. This is not the case for everybody. There are people that are facing this thing. The major problem is not getting the paper here.
Same thing we are saying, that it depends on the scenario.
But it does not apply to everybody.
But so what are we saying?
I think we're saying that when we're talking about something, we have to talk about something that is generalized. Something that is a problem that everybody faces, regardless of if it's, because there are still men that face problem in their marriage, even if they're not trying to get papers, and they still go through the same shit.
Of course. I am saying majority of the cases abroad.
This conversation is being diverted to just people that are looking for paper, whereas that is not the major reason why we're here. But it's being diverted to just paper. This is a generalized problem that regardless of if you're looking for paper or not,
it has to do with paper, because without your papers, you can't work.
But that's not the only problem.
Abroad, you cannot work. You need your papers
to get work. But that's not the only case.
So what does my wife need from me that is making her to go? I mean, she's watching me. She's watching that she's online. What does she? Because I like to use.
Let me tell you now. If a person genuinely loves you for who you are, right? A person genuinely loves you. It does not matter whether you are not providing for her or you are not providing.
Please wants to say something.
I want to
hear me.
Commercial break. Samaria, make una help me hail Samaria. Sama baby, oh, sama baby. Samaria, oh. Oh yeah, oh, make una they come Facebook, come by star. Oh yeah, Susan, make I hear you. Because
so, what I'm trying to make you people understand, if I love person now, say I love the person. Una they talk this one again. Una never see person when love person. When not the person they provide 1 naira, the person can go heaven and earth. The person, either man or woman, fit do everything, no complaint. That's genuine love. When somebody is there for a reason, the person has a target. It's always a problem. Which is what I'm trying to make both of you understand.
Yes.
When a person loves somebody for real, it doesn't matter whether the person is providing for you or not. The person sees you as an equal. He's not going to tell you, say, na in house, or na my house, or na this, na that. The person won't say that. The person looks at you like, okay, this is my partner, this is my soulmate. Things go well. And even when you people have issues, you people will sit down and talk about it like matured adults. But when you see people start having issues, it means there is an ulterior motive, either from the man or the woman. That's what I want two of you to understand. And that's why I'm saying that scenarios are not different. Yes, you are married to a Russian woman, she does everything, and you do the work, or I don't know your story. Yours is different. You cannot compare your own lifestyle with another person. Because it works for you does not mean it will work for another person. That's what I'm trying to make.
No.
wasn't what I said. That wasn't what I said. I said that because you said, what's it called? When we flipped it, you said, oh, the woman was using the guy. And I asked you, like, oh, in my own case, so am I using the woman then? Because one thing we have to understand is this here. Life is not, like DF always says, it's not black and white. There's so many shades to life, like you rightly said. People in Nigeria that are telling you that their wife is kicking them out. I will tell you one thing I know about the UK. I don't know about America. The laws are different. In the UK, if me and my wife start having an argument, even if my daughter starts screaming too much, our neighbors, they will not come and knock on your door and say, oh, Baba Silifa, is everything okay in your house? They will call the police, okay? And when the police come into your house, they are trained people. Some of them are trained psychologists. There are clues what they are looking for. So, for example, now, if you are married to a white person now, and the police come to your house, they can see bruises on the white person. White people get bruised very easily. We Africans, we don't. Okay, so they will see that, and automatically they will take a case on you. So these are the things they look into. So it's very easy for me to come to you and say, auntie, can you believe what my wife did for me? Well, maybe it was my neighbor that I heard that was shouting on my wife, or we were beating each other up, and the police came, they saw, what's it called, physical evidence, and they built a case on that. But you know, how we do, we turn everything out, is the woman. And I'm not saying these stories don't exist, but I don't think 99% of them is just every time Nigerian woman land, woman go ring, oh, police, I'm in the UK now, we just bought a house, come and kick my husband away because they're shouting. Sometimes your neighbor will call you, most of the time they will call you straight away. They will call the police, oh, they're disturbing us, they are shouting, I think there might be danger to life or whatever. Police will be here straight away. Straight away. It's their law. We didn't vote for it, but that's the law of their land. You have to respect it.
The Western law is what is yeah, it works over there. The law and order works over there. That's what we are talking about. Like my sister that bought a house in Paris, we went there. We were not even making noise. A house she bought in the center of Paris. You know, the TV station is French. I don't speak French. I don't understand French. But just because the house will be boring, we say, okay, let us watch. Let us even put the TV on and just be watching the image. The person speaking French. Next thing, the police calls the I don't know the area whatever, and they called my sister's husband, and they called me that we are doing party in the house. I said, party cake. He said that they are hearing noise. I said, me hear noise? How? I don't even understand French, so I couldn't have possibly even put the TV loud. The next door neighbor had called police. We are making noise. You can imagine, in a house we bought. That doesn't happen here in Nigeria. That's what
it happens here too. It happens
here in Nigeria. Because here they do party.
Nigeria, no. In Nigeria, no. Which police
they do party to you?
There's no law in Nigeria. Nothing happens in Nigeria.
Like, so, it doesn't happen because they do party. You can do party in an area till maybe like 1 o'clock or 2, provided you have told them.
No, that's Nigeria.
Yeah, and robber will come and rob you the next day to take the money.
We're still talking about the scenarios. Scenarios are different.
I want to say something.
Okay.
What works over there will not work over here. It's what we're talking about.
Wait. I want to say something, and it's not commercial break this time. You see, parents do not know that this thing is loud. 10 abroad people will be inside one room, and all of them will be talking. And you'll be hearing little hee. Everybody will be talking. Niger man. Baba, let me tell you something. I know Nigerian people will not live abroad because everywhere they want, they talk like they will call them police because people say that they follow you fight. I sabi Nigerian people where if they joke with you, be like say they want beat you. And I joke. So you understand that we are all different. So we cannot normalize Nigerianness abroad because it will not work. And that's just it.
It works for them over there. Let me say go work for here. Yes, we are trying to as the day goes by, we are hoping that we'll get a good government and maybe some laws will be put in place and it will favor women and favor men.
Yeah,
well, I think
with all due respect,
because we did not really understand the problem. The problem, of course, is that somebody said abroad men and Nigerian men should avoid abroad women. So here we're trying to state points, the things that make these men think that abroad women should be avoided or feared, quote unquote, in their own words, right? So it's not about this is Nigeria and this is about what are those problems. And I think that's we talked about this thing earlier and we started diverting and talking about, you know,
right.
these other things.
Yeah, we're not diverting it. We're just saying that most of the issues, I'm sure you must have seen a couple of videos online, Ijoma. I'm sure you have seen it.
Right.
And it has to do with the men always getting thrown out of the house. Why?
Yeah, of course.
So that's what we are talking about, that the cultural patterns we have here, once they go over there, they change. Yes, because the law favors the women there, which is fine. We're not saying, we're not against the law favoring women even here. If I even hear say women speak up here now in Nigeria, a lot of women speak up.
Yes, and that is because if that's because the world is changing. I think women back home are becoming more aware.
Yes,
media is coming to play.
I agree the world is changing. But
yes,
come on.
So it's all about, it all boils down to exposure and education. That's the point.
Let me tell you, no matter what kind of education you have, I don't care whether you have like 410 master's degree, common sense is not common. A man takes you abroad, somebody who has built his life for maybe 30 years or something, has bought house and everything, and then brings you for a few years. Then because people have problems, you have called police and throw him out of the house. Abba. It doesn't matter what, except if it has to do with domestic violence, which I will not condone in any way. If it's domestic violence, that one go on song. But if you have just small issues from the videos we have been watching on the net, I don't know if that is just staged. But most of the videos I've watched, even with a man killing himself, killing his wife, and from the things he's saying, he brought her to America. Because they had a quarrel, she called the police. The police threw him out of the house. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. We can, you know, everything. You don't believe everything you see online.
Yeah. You don't believe everything. You are not looking at it from,
we don't really know what's going on there.
From a bigger picture, what did the man do?
We don't even know. We don't even know about.
How long have they been having problems for?
And we draw conclusions.
But it is not about. See, it's not about the adults now. Even it concerns even children. My friend's sister, the daughter sent her to jail in the UK because she did something and the mother scolded her and she called police for her own mother.
So the question is, the question is, what kind of upbringing did that child have?
Listen.
What kind of upbringing did that child have to make?
It has nothing to do with upbringing and
it's the upbringing. How was she brought up?
Ijoma, sorry, sister. Ijoma, it's got nothing to do with upbringing because I know the UK law. I studied I studied criminology in university. Okay, I scored my daughter, and I've never been to prison in the UK. What you call scolding in Nigeria, it's child abuse in the UK.
When you hit your kids,
okay,
it's
because listen,
this
I
person did not
some of it in Nigeria.
the child,
all this koboko, beating
this person
kids,
only
the
scolded the child. She didn't hit the child, though. She did.
What kind of
something wrong?
What kind of scold is it? Is this scolding that is
why
mark on
did you
the
do this
child?
thing wrong? You shouldn't have done this. And then the next thing you carry phone and call police. You see, the thing is, they teach them in the schools that when you are scolded, call police. This one is not a matter of upbringing. Which upbringing?
Okay.
It has nothing to do with upbringing.
It's
the system.
Let me say this thing. A lot of factor plays here. You see, what kind of parent does she have? Does she have a mother that has been known to be abusive? Is it that she usually abused this child? Because we don't know these things. What kind of trauma?
We don't know that. We don't have this in Nigeria
to make us say, okay, the cops has to come in. These are the questions we need to ask before we draw conclusions.
Let me tell you, if a child, where would they grow up? In Nigeria, when I misbehave, my father will scold me. Then in the morning I'll carry phone and call police. It doesn't happen. But the system there teaches them, even in school, and tell them that if you have talked to anyhow, just call police. This one is not one, not twice, not twice, not 3 times we've heard this thing. So it's not new.
Yeah, the system teach them to stand for themselves.
But
because
you agree with me, though.
Auntie, the system here the system. See, I've discussed this with DF before, or maybe last year when I was on his live. One of our problem in Nigeria, again, because I would like to like put it down to Nigeria, is the system we have in Nigeria doesn't allow people to talk. If a boss man slap you, listen, let me finish. I lived in Nigeria up till I was 15. I saw some things. If boss man slap, let me finish, Auntie. Everyone listen to you. If boss man slap Okada man no go fit talk. If husband beat wife blue, last the neighbor go come. They will say, Baba Silifa, Silifa now. Is enough. That was also this new Nigeria now, yeah?
Now we have a domestic violence.
Okay.
You do anything.
It's new Nigeria now, yeah? Nigeria is heaven now. Nigeria is heaven.
Now you can't do that. I'm telling you that was before.
Okay.
No, trust me. Some people, a lot of people still do that.
Okay.
And I'm telling you that
a lot of
no, if you think they don't do that, it's okay.
A lot of people
don't
still do that.
I don't live in Nigeria.
And again, the society is not helping because the society has deemed these women. The society is not helping these women because these women, a lot of these women are ashamed. They are scared to come outside and talk about this thing. But believe it or not, it happens till today. It does happen.
No, but with the way because of this generation, internet generation, everything now goes on the internet. So a lot of things don't hide anymore. You see the way you are saying it is because those days, you before you can reach maybe police station or anything, it has died down. Nowadays, as it's happening, somebody's recording and it has gone viral.
So what was the verdict of the NSAS case then? That if it doesn't happen,
a lot of people, they are paying a lot of families. Of course, the case has died.
Paying a lot of family can money bring back life? I don't know. I just think the mentality is different in Nigeria. I can't cope with it. So it's okay. I'll just listen.
Topic entirely. Leave NSAS out of it. And we are talking about behavioral patterns of Nigerians that are here and Nigerians abroad. That's what we're talking about. Leave NSAS out of it. NSAS has no business with it before.
But you just said like it's not like that. The weak that you can't.
Is it not because of the video they did? That's why the people that did the NSAS thing couldn't hide. Is it not video that brought them out? What are you saying? Is it not video that brought all the culprits out that are answering in the panel? Is it not video that brought them out? If it was those days, when would you have seen video?
Answering
of how they talk self?
Answer the panel. Madam, I will tell you one thing. In the UK, just before COVID started, there was a minister in the UK that inflated the price of PPE that they use. So maybe the thing cost 30 million, it kind of inflated to 40 million, bought it through his own company in China. That person is out now, out straight away, out and being investigated. It didn't take life, it was saving life, and then he was trying to like fund it through his own offshore account to like raise money on it. It's already out now, and we're talking of like at least 100 of life taken, and you're telling me like, oh, someone is answering in the panel. I mean, we allow, there's a lot of things that, like, my verdict about Nigeria is this: there's a lot of nonsense that we normalize in that country, whether we like it or not. That goes for both. It's until when you move out, whether you don't need to live in America or UK or wherever. You can even live in Dubai.
I'm surprised at you guys. You know why? No. Because the abroad people are using to compare Nigeria.
Why?
How old is the UK and how old is the US? You can't be comparing. I'm surprised you cannot
the UK is older than
this thing is a gradual process. Change does not just happen overnight. The way the system is going now. If you have been seeing the revolution going on about wanting a new Nigeria, you will know that things are not the same. You should understand that. So don't compare. Okay. Europe independence happened only God knows when. UK, the same thing. US, the same thing. We are not the same. You see, Nigeria is even better than some African countries. That's the truth. There are some countries that women cannot even speak. African countries, yes. So we should not be comparing. We are even trying. What we are saying is behavioral patterns depend on an individual. People should not live here and go abroad. Yes, you have a culture, but just because you have traveled abroad, because the law favors a particular sex, does not mean you should throw away your culture and become wicked. That's what we are saying. not
don't
be
think
wicked.
any of us here were supporting becoming wicked, though.
No, because what you're saying is, what people are trying to say is
No,
because of the
no,
law
that's
there.
not. I think you. No, no. Let me make this point. I'm not here trying to encourage women that are trying to take advantage of their husbands or their spouse.
Exactly.
That's not the
what we're
point. I
talking
would never
about.
do that. That's not the point. But I'm just trying to make you understand that
But
this is not the
this
case
is
for
not
everybody.
taking advantage topic.
A lot of people go through the same thing, even though it's not a matter of getting married for paper or whatever. That's why I'm just trying to make you understand that paper is not just the only reason or the only rationale why a lot of women act the way they do act, right? Or men act the way they act. A lot of factors cause these things to happen, not just paper.
My point is, if you are in a relationship and it's not working, you go away. Simple. If you are not there for,
I said,
if you are not there,
That's the ultimate.
if you're not there for
ulterior motive,
that's your choice.
Yes, that you are there and you are telling yourself, look, I cannot deal with this. You walk away. Simple. Why do you need to wait for to call police or get police involved? You can just walk away. Tell the man, you know what, to hell with whatever you have, or tell the woman to hell. I have people who have done that. The guy ended the marriage, told went to the court, told they said he should pay alimony. He stopped work, told the court that he doesn't have work, so he cannot pay her alimony, and everybody separated.
For me, it's a bit puzzling and kind of enlightening at the same time that obviously the point you're raising is coming from you, because obviously you're a woman. One thing you have to understand is this: women go through different, even in the UK, women go through different sort of abuse from men, not only physical abuse. There's emotional abuse, there's psychological abuse. There are women that, there are women and financial abuse as well. Thank you very much. There are women that are in a where the wife will take salary and she can't take any money, she has to transfer it to her husband's account, or it's the husband that has the card. It happens over here. There are bad men, there are bad women. So I think these because if you're saying like, oh, just leave a woman that is in a house, living with a man, that maybe even for her to go down the street to the corner shop, is the husband that has to tell her what kind of clothes she has to wear. You can't wear this. You can't wear this. No, but it happens. It's not. We can say, oh no, but it happens.
That the person doesn't want to leave. What do you do?
Yeah.
The person. That's what I'm telling you. That when you see a situation like this, it means the person is there for an ulterior motive. Because I cannot be with a man and then you want to remote me. I will not agree. I will not agree.
Sometimes
that's you.
That's
you because you have your own values.
That's you. And pray you don't meet men like that, because what we're talking about. I mean, you're a nurse. You can explain it better than me. I study criminology. I'm just looking at it from the crime aspect of it. This kind of men, they will break you mentally, psychologically, physically, and emotionally. That even you will be a different. I mean, I've seen videos of it. There are different kind of like, no. It's very easy for us to say, oh, we are good. 4 of us are good people, so everybody in the world is good. But life is not like that. There's good people, there's bad people. You just have to agree with that. That's how the world is created, So there are men that will break these women down emotionally. There was a case recently where the woman was so broken that she actually, this was a white on white case. It's not even got nothing to do with Nigeria. This was last year in the UK. The woman stabbed her husband to death. They jailed the woman in the UK. It was her first child and her 2 other child that logged an appeal to them, because when they grew older, they were like, oh, now we understand what dad was doing, because she wouldn't let this woman go out. She would tell her, this is the kind of color of pants you have to wear to go out. Oh, you can't. Oh, you went outside. Let me smell you. So there are people who will break people. Like, this is what they do. This is their specialty. This is what they are created for. So it's very like kind of ambiguous for us to say, oh yeah, this is just slavery. That it happens in millions. It happens in a lot over here.
Me and what my own point before I leave. I'm saying that it doesn't matter whether we are black or white. You see, the white people, they still have their bad side. The black people still have their bad side.
Of course.
So it has nothing to do with whether it's a Nigerian. My point is, once you are a human being and you have a tendency of being bad. You see, sometimes when they say person way don't they drunk, now they insult person. But my mother used to say the person wants to insult you before he gets drunk. So somebody being bad is already inside the person. It's not the situation that is making the person bad.
Yeah.
So if a person that travels from here and goes abroad and a situation that makes the person bad, it means that person is like that. That's what I'm trying to say. That it means that person has that trait already. It's not the situation that the person already has that tendency of that thing. It's just that somebody not having money. Then when the person has money, they say, oh, because he has money. It's a lie. The person already has that behavioral pattern, and then the money just brought it out. It's just the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It has nothing to do with whether it's a black skin or a white skin, because we hear stories of white people, we hear stories of black people. But my point is, don't be ungrateful. Because in this life, truth be told, everybody needs everybody. That's what I always tell people. If I employ somebody now, I say, go and buy me fuel 4,000 or 5,000. And the person goes and buy fuel of 4,500. He has eaten 500 naira. Somebody must stop from you. That's the point. Whether you like it or not, somebody must stop from you. So if you carry person go abroad, say you don't carry and go abroad, you want the person to now be a part of you, and it does not work, you move on. Even if the person has eaten from you, move on, and then find another greener pasture. That's my point.
Right.
I can agree with you on that.
That's my point, and I end with that the free.
All right.
It's the intricacies I don't agree with, but that point, as a point, I can agree on that, definitely.
Today I just stood back and I wanted to hear you all talk, and I appreciate you guys. A lot of people want to come, and what I can say is we're going to create another forum where everybody else is going to talk about this particular topic. Avoid abroad men will be our next topic.
And after that will be avoid abroad dogs.
And to every single person who bought us on Facebook. Take care. God bless.
I love you all.